right, if anybody has ever been on the internet, if you watch TV, if you listen to sports radio, if you watch ESPN, Northwest Sports Tonight, you recognize that face. Like I said before, my face, I'm pretty much incognito on the internet. You recognize my voice from sports radio. But if you ever gonna recognize anyone's face of the realer than real deal Holyfield fans, you recognize that face of the face of Jason Reid, director of Sonicsgate, down here at Floyd's Place in Lower Queen Anne, 1 block north of the Key Arena that the Sonics formerly played at. It was the Coliseum in '79. We're down here celebrating the '79 championship, and man, good to meet you for the first time.
Good to meet you, Commander Dave.
You and I had come kind of in a mutual admiration society. We've got a lot of stuff going back and forth on the internet. First time we've come face to face, man. Good to see you.
Good to see you too, man. Finally, glad to attach the name or the face to the name, because I know you keep it incognito on the internet. So it's always like, what's this Commander Dave look like? Am I gonna know what he looks like when I see him? But sure enough, when you announced that I was here, I saw the MIA shirt. Can't deny the MIA.
Yeah, there you go. Now I'm pretty much, I give, great shout outs. That's why you said, hey, you Commander Dave. Yeah, who gives shout outs like that? But I gotta tell you, man, you gave the best shout out that I've ever seen in my life. And I think people that have been on my Facebook page know I'm going with this. Man, when you were out in front of the NBA headquarters, the team, the logo, the shop, on the bullhorn, I love the words, man, we will not be silenced and we will not go away. And the only words that really sounded better than that was you turning to the camera and saying, Commando Dave, thank you for your support. Man, that's one of the coolest. I got a lot of you see me, I do a lot of videos, but that's some of the coolest videos that I've seen in a long time.
Well, it's funny, I've been out in the street for like an hour bullhorning, right? And like my voice was going, and you, meanwhile, have been posting your videos to try to help get support for our Webby campaign. And we always we'd get home in New York when we were out promoting the movie, and Commander Dave just posted a new movie, and so we get all fired up from your videos. So I was like, man, turn the camera back on. We gotta give Commander Dave a special shout out, give him a little sneak preview of what we were up to.
That was good. That was good, and I appreciate that, man. That's one of the coolest things, because as we move, towards what you and Adam and the rest of your crew, as I heard you the other night on the leagues. Yeah. Great stuff, man. As far as the Green and Gold Community Coalition. Yeah. And about a year ago, I sent out an email trying to do a thing at the Key Arena. How many Sonic fans can you fit into the picture at the Key and that type of thing? And basically, all that was putting a little shovel in the dirt of moving towards a coalition, exactly what you guys are doing. Right. A coalition, because at this point, as I was just talking to one of the other fans about Jerry Brewer's piece a couple of weeks ago, the anger now must be channeled into positive, direction. Definitely. And with the Green and Gold Community Coalition, man, that's all that is. Talk about that a little bit more if you don't mind.
I mean, we're on the same page as you. We spent the last year and a half just ringing the bell, letting people know what happened here on the local level and national level. And there is still a lot of work to be done to educate people on what happened. That's why Sonicsgate's always for free online at sonicsgate.org. You can refer anyone there at any time to watch the full 2-hour movie. But, in the last 2 months, we've seen an all-time high for national media exposure between the Howard Schultz video and David Stern electing Clay Bennett head of the relocation committee, and the Sacramento Kings relocation story, and the Thunder having their success in the playoffs. All these things have helped shine a focus on this region and what happened here and how the Sonics were robbed and taken away. So the whole time, we've always known. Any interview you ever watch with me, if you ask me how do we get a team back, I tell you, we have to build an arena. They will not come back and play in Key Arena as it stands now. They will either play in a renovated Key Arena or they will play in a new multi-purpose facility that we build. Otherwise, we're bottom of the list. If we build it, we're top of the list. Everybody wants this black eye off nationally, from the David Stearns to the Clay Bennett's to the Howard Schultz's. Everybody wants us to have it to, people like Barkley are stepping up and Brent Barry. So I think that we haven't won that battle, but we've made some considerable traction on national level. We've been focused, more recently after all this exposure on what are the tangible steps to get a team back, and that involves building an arena. So Jeff Skoma, owner of Seattle Team Shop, and Dog Den and a number of other locations, and a bunch of us, being Brian Robinson, founder of Save Our Sonics, me and Adam, Sonicsgate guys, a ton of other support are coming together to form this Green and Gold Community Coalition that will be under kind of Jeff Skoma's leadership. And basically it's to build a new multi-purpose facility and do whatever it takes on a community level to bring together business leaders, politicians, celebrities, athletes that have played here, the fans, non-profits, and people who will benefit from having this facility and having these athletes here as good role models. NHL fans, huge part of it. If we build a brand new multi-purpose facility and we can attract an NHL team too, that's more people to add to our coalition. Unions, restaurant employees, all the people, construction unions, all the people that will benefit from building this new facility will be part of our coalition. And so, at the same time as we were just having our first meetings about this, Republican Hope and Representative Hope and Representative Frocht came forward saying they were going to form a task force this summer to figure out a way to enact some sort of jock tax that could help pay for part of the funding on a new multi-purpose facility, or at least cover the infrastructure upgrades like roads and things that need to happen to go along with any big building of an arena. And so the fact that those guys are announcing a task force at the same time that we're meeting with Jeff Skoma and these guys to form this organization, and just the fact that the movement's at an all-time high. You see people walking around with their Sonics gear in Seattle. You can sense that the waters are turning and public support is changing in favor of bringing the NBA back, as opposed to right after the team leave when everyone was just pissed off and didn't think it was even possible to get a team back. So I think what's really exciting now is we actually, after gaining all this traction nationally, or gain all this traction locally, and it's going to continue to build. I have a bunch of meetings lined up for tomorrow with all kinds of people in relation to the formation of this. Things are happening quick. We're going to get an online petition and also a hand petition that we're going to go out just for people to sign on, build this coalition and show support, as well as like a bunch of other stuff coming up. So that's sort of where we're at with the fight right now.
Man, let me go back to what you talked about with the NHL. And when you talk about bringing the Sonics back, of course, we're all here celebrating the green and gold.
Yeah.
We're here celebrating that history. Of course, Sonicsgate, you guys call yourself the Sonics, History Preservation Society.
Yeah.
And to that end, that 79 championship is the history that we're all proud of as Sonics fans, and we're all proud of as a city of Seattle. And, we all have the angst and the anger and the bitter feelings and the ill will and even some just downright hatred for what came down over the last 3 years ago. But the point that I'm getting at is that when we're talking about Sonic fans, we all want the NBA back. But let's talk about the putting the cart before the before the horse. Because to me, and hopefully you're going to touch on it better than I can say it. To me, the cart in this particular situation is the NBA coming back to Seattle, and the horse is the NHL.
I think I'm an NBA basketball fan, first and foremost. NBA basketball is my sport. Not that I don't love NFL and all the other sports, but if everything else disappeared, or if you made me choose one, it'd be NBA basketball. So I can also see that an arena is what comes before NHL or NBA. NHL or NBA won't come here without an arena.
I understand that.
So that's number one. Now, if some NHL guys want to help build an arena, and the NHL comes first, I'm not opposed to that. If the NBA guys, whoever's going to buy a team, wants to build an arena, then I'm not opposed to that either. It's whoever can build that support to get that deal done. And I don't think one's a detriment to the other. I think that both can coexist in a city as big as Seattle, and I think that there's a lot of hockey fans in this region, people from Canada.
Right.
To establishing a rivalry with Vancouver would be really cool. Even though I'm not a huge hockey fan myself, I would certainly go to a couple games every year and support the product, particularly if it meant, you know, giving the NBA a chance to come back here. And the NBA could be a couple more years. If Chris Daniels was reporting on a story where there's rumors of NHL teams moving here, you know, sometime in the next few years, if that comes first, it's not something I'm opposed to.